Did you know that your brain contains up to 7 to 30 times more microplastics than your liver or kidneys do? According to the National Library of Medicine, this is what they found in the most recent study. And not only that, they also found that microplastics in 2016 averaged about 3 to 4,000 micrograms in 2024 and went up to as high as 8,800 micrograms. If the brain weighs about 1,400 grams, this means there's roughly 11.2 grams of plastic and 4.2 grams of plastic on the low end in your brain. That's pretty insane. I don't know about you, but having a plastic spoon casually chilling in my brain is pretty concerning. Microplastics in your body. Hi, my name is Angel Vega. I'm an engineer major who loves researching about scientific topics and learning as much as I can. Today, I will be using the National Library of Medicine and Mission of Stability to help me convey my message and bring you the most up-to-date information. I want to talk to you about an issue, and that issue is microplastics. So, do you know what's in your body? This topic is relevant to my audience as it is something that will most likely not escape. It is something that affects everyone who uses plastic cups, dishes, eats meat, buys food in plastic containers, uses plastic containers, and all the other things. My audience should know how to lower their consumption of microplastics, along with the adverse effects that they might cause. You should know how something as inedible as a plastic bag can be in your body. I believe microplastic is a problem. That problem that they're in your body. And some solutions such as changing some cooking habits, eating habits, and purchasing habits should help with that. Let's begin with some facts. Now, microplastics are parts or pieces as small as 1 nanometer. They are caused by plastic pollution which doesn't degrade up to 1,000 years. These small pieces are found everywhere in the environment and eventually end up in the human body. These plastics do nothing but build up and do not leave, which could cause adverse effects such as dementia. Now, as you can see in these graphs, it clearly shows that they're in your brain. These two top graphs show microplastic concentration by micrograms to gram. As you can see, in 2016 versus 2024, it rose. In kidneys, it stayed relatively the same, but it's still pretty high, being up to over 1,000 micrograms per gram. And in the human brain, it's pretty crazy. It's all the way up here. It's higher than your livers or kidneys. And it's almost 0.1 grams per gram. That's a lot. As you can see, polyethylene, the main ingredient in plastic, concentration per microgram shown here. As you can see on both graphs, is clustered on 2024 on the high end. There's no such thing as low. These graphs show the total mass compared to other forever chemicals that are in your body and that we're exposed to daily. Plastic is among the highest of them in your liver, kidney, and brain, as shown here as well. Now I just want to tell you a little story. Do you remember a time where plastic wasn't everywhere? Water bottles used to be sold in glass. Groceries were picked up in cardboard or paper bags. As plastic soon became the new norm, people praised it for its high reliability, easy transportation, and convenience for our needs. Plastic products were pushed to the consumer without much research. Think about it this way. It's like how cigarettes and liquor used to be pushed to the consumer as medicine by doctors. But as research was done, it became a negative. Now we're seeing that today with microplastics. Reduce plastic use. Now that we can thoroughly discuss the problems, let's talk about some solutions. If you cook with metal or wood items, it should lower your exposure, because when you cook, let's say with some spoons or any plastic item, you expose it to heat and plastic melts. And what does that plastic do? Into your body as you eat. But you don't know that because it's microplastics. If you eat with ceramic bowls, plates, also the same thing. You're not eating plastic, you're eating minerals that can be found anywhere, like mineral water. Growing your own vegetables, processing your own meat, going to a trusty butcher, any of the sort where that's not packaged in plastic would lower your exposure to microplastics. Now, I said that microplastics are everywhere, but these solutions should help mitigate that problem. It's as easy as just changing some habits. Now, I'd like to leave you with some thoughts today. The problem being microplastics in your body, and the solution is to reduce plastic use. I believe microplastics are a problem and could be mitigated by reducing your plastic use. If you limit your plastic use, you will not only be helping the environment, but also helping yourself. Using alternatives from plastics such as ceramics, glass, cardboard, paper bags, and metal cookware should limit your exposure to microplastics. Something as simply changing a habit could help you save your life. Now remember, you can't get rid of microplastics, but they can get rid of you. Thank you for your time.